My toxic 12-year-old Koreaboo me is like trying to pop out. I'm like, no, keep that shit in line. Every single lyric is just, ooh. Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina and today's video is one of the most exciting videos of the year so far, provided YG doesn't give me another false copyright claim. That time in the dungeon really gets to you, but I digress. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Blackpink's new single featuring Selena Gomez called Ice Cream. Now, usually I title these videos Why This Comeback Is Familiar, but today I opted for something completely different because Blackpink has brought forth a completely new concept, a completely new sound, just something completely different, and I really wanted to highlight that. But regardless, this is still a series where I talk about comebacks, everything from styling, choreography, to why it's familiar, why it isn't familiar, to the concept itself, to even some backlash. So without further ado, let's get started. Actually, I lied. I'm going to stop you right there to remind you to subscribe to this channel. Click that bell to be notified. You can also like and comment and share this video with friends you don't have. I'm on the road to 150,000 subscribers. I know what you're all thinking. How the fuck did we get here? I don't know. But while you're here, you can also follow me on Instagram because I'm trying to get a swipe up feature. So let's start with the song itself. Now, as we all know, there are some new names in this credit list, which includes Ariana Grande, which doesn't really surprise me because this song really doesn't seem like a YG song. It doesn't really seem like a Blackpink song. I mean, we've never really seen them go this level of cute, and we'll get into the concept a little bit later. But regardless, it seems that people are still mad at Teddy. And I don't even know if Teddy's on these credits, but I feel like no matter what, it always comes back to Teddy. He does a beat drop, people are mad. He doesn't do a beat drop, people are still mad. So when I first saw the teaser, I was seeing a lot of people saying that it sounded familiar. And honestly, my first thought was MILF Money by Fergie. Can I say that word on this platform? I would say there's definitely kind of a structural similarity, or there's something very familiar about those two songs. And there's also someone who pointed out Lace Up by Wenji. But given the similarities of all three songs, I'm wondering if it was sampled, because I also saw a review of the song that said that it's very similar to a nursery rhyme. So I'm thinking maybe it's something that was taken from pop culture or sampled from pop culture. So if you know what the song was sampled from, or if it was actually sampled, then please let us know in the comments down below. But either way, obviously, I don't think the songs are plagiarized. I really need to emphasize that. I'm not saying the songs are plagiarized in any way, shape, or form. That is absolutely not the case, just some similarities that I noticed. But let us talk about the lyrics, because there are so many innuendos in this, and I listened to the song about 3 times, and then on the 4th time I was like, oh my god, every single lyric is just ooh. And we need to talk about this because I know there are people who are gonna get mad at the sexual nature of the song. And you know what? I get it. I mean, Blackpink don't tend to go there. And I get that. I mean, it is surprising, I will admit. But to get mad at that and to bash that because you're uncomfortable with women expressing comfort or just expressing their sexualities, then I think you need to take a look, do some introspection, because it seems to only become an issue when it's women who are talking about it. And WAP is actually a really good example of this. I'm not comparing the lyrics to WAP, but it's a similar situation where people are getting mad at women for just simply expressing themselves. And we're actually going to talk about this a lot more in depth when we talk about the fashion of it all. So keep on watching. Actually, as I'm editing right now, there's a lot of talk surrounding Cardi B actually being featured on their full-length album. Now, it is really important to note that this hasn't technically been confirmed. Blackpink have released what the CD will look like, and though it is from really far and it's really blurry, there have been people who have enhanced the photos and it kind of seems like it looks like it says Cardi B, but I don't know because it's blurry as hell. I don't know how anyone made out Cardi B from that, but it seems that she might actually be featured on their album, and that's really interesting because I'd love to know what you think about this. Cardi B and Blackpink, what kind of song do you think that's gonna be? I'm really interested in finding out, because if Ice Cream is already a shock to people, I really wonder what a song with Cardi B is going to feel like. But let's talk about the concept. So the concept, styling, all of that is absolutely my favorite part of everything. It's just everything I've ever dreamed of. I kind of made some of these predictions in my predictions for Sour Candy, but I thought we could take a trip down memory lane so you could really understand why this is so exciting. So of course, historically, YG has not really been well known for doing cute concepts. In fact, the majority of their groups are known to be very hard-hitting, very badass. Now this is coming straight from my second gen heart, so I'm not going to be talking about iKON or Winner because I don't really know them that well. But let me know if those groups have ever done super cute concepts. I don't think they have. I could probably bet on my soul that they've never really done like super cute concepts like this. And actually, Big Bang kind of had a song called Ice Cream. It was for the ice cream phone. It was a commercial. And yes, I did buy the phone. Marketing at its finest, don't at me. But that aside, because I don't even think that was a full song, I don't think YG has ever really gone here. Of course, they've done concepts that have hints of cuteness, but never full on, you know, kara go-go summer vibes. And one of the most fond examples I have of this is Big Bang and 21's Lollipop, where they kind of went cute, but then they said, nah, that's not how we do it. But even then, that was a commercial for a Lollipop phone. Then we also had Lollipop 2, which again was a commercial for a phone. But then we had 21's I Don't Care, which again, a little bit cute, admittedly very cute for 21. But then for Blackpink's discography, I think there are two songs I would say that kind of go in that direction, but not too much in that direction. They still maintain these very Blackpink elements. So we have Forever Young and As If It's Your Last, which seem a little bit more teen crush or summer song vibes in my opinion. So given that very brief history we have of YG doing really cute concepts, which is basically never, you can imagine how excited I was to see something like this coming from Blackpink, to see this type of concept, to see this type of styling, to just see the pink side of Blackpink. Like you know, there's a spectrum of black to pink, all the way on the pink side. So yeah, as for the concept, chef's kiss, absolutely perfect, amazing. I mean, Lisa's green hair. And it's honestly a side of Blackpink that I've been dying to see, like literally dying to see. As If It's Your Last could never, Forever Young could never. This is like totally different for Blackpink, and I appreciate that so much. We do need to talk about line distribution. That is one of the biggest complaints that I think a lot of people can kind of collectively agree on, whether you're an anti or not, because there are so many trolls in the comment section. My toxic 12-year-old Korea boo me is like trying to pop out. I'm like, no, keep that shit in line. But yeah, definitely, I don't even have to look at a chart. I know that Jisoo had the lowest lines, and it was very noticeable. It was one of the most notable things. And now for Blackpink, I feel like their line distributions are pretty equal considering, right? Considering they're from YG, I mean, it's pretty good. So her lack of lines is something that I understand why people are getting so upset, because you know, there are so many different ways that the song could have been split up to make it more even. So, I mean, I totally get it. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who have these kind of theories, right? So let's talk about those theories, because I think I might kind of agree with them. So the question of performing this song on music stages have been brought up a lot. Obviously, I don't think they can perform this with Selena. It's kind of like Boy With Love featuring Halsey. I mean, obviously she's not going to come and do all of these music stage performances with BTS, and I don't expect that from Selena either. So a lot of people are theorizing that Selena's lines will be split up between Jisoo and Rosé, Rosie, Taeyong, which obviously brings up the possibility of them even promoting this on music stages at all. So I don't know if you noticed, most of the song is in English, but it's only within Lisa's rap that we see any of the Korean. So in that sense, you know, we've had a lot of discussions about English songs on music shows. Now the only one I've ever seen fully English is Like Money by Wonder Girls. And some people pointed out that Bad Alive by Wavy English version has some Chinese and Korean within it. That's why it's allowed on music shows. So I have a little theory that there is a possibility that maybe Selena's lines could be translated into Korean, or maybe there's a Korean version for Selena's lines that can be spread amongst the members to make the line distribution a lot more equal. Because I don't think it's unheard of to have one version of a song in a music video and then a different version for music stages. Now, another example, BTS example, is Spring Day. In the music video, J-Hope basically had no lines. I know a lot of ARMYs are going to tell me he was harmonizing. I get that, but he never had any lines to himself. Which, if he were to perform that on a music show, that would be weird as hell to have him never sing a single line. So for the music show, we see that he was given the first part of the song, which was originally sang by RM. So maybe we have that type of situation. Maybe the lines will be more evenly distributed when the song is performed just for 4 members. But for 5 people, obviously I have to admit, it's not the best. Like it's pretty bad. So now we're going to talk specifically about backlash surrounding this song. Now, no matter what Blackpink do, there's always going to be backlash. They're at that point in their careers where they're just so big that it's inevitable. But first of all, this one is really fishy. There are so many trolls in the comment section leaving the same comment over and over again, and it's really fishy to me. I'm saying fishy because YouTube is really usually good at filtering out spam comments like this. So on my channel, let's say you comment Stan22 and then someone else comments the same thing, Stan22, Stan22. It all goes in the spam folder. There are enough people commenting the same thing, it just goes into the spam folder. So I'm really wondering why YouTube isn't filtering this out. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Let me know your theories down below. And then secondly, I want to talk about people infantilizing, if that's the right word, Blackpink. So within the teaser photos alone, there were so many people, like covering Rosie's chest, or basically treating them like babies, treating them like their bodies don't belong to them and that they should be covered up. And a lot of people did take issue with the clothing, which I don't understand. I'm sure there are some situations, some contexts where it's super valid, and I don't want to dismiss that. But I do find that our general treatment of Blackpink is a little bit hypocritical. So people bring up the issue of infantilization. They're wearing very young looking outfits and they're making it a little bit sexy. Again, there are some contexts and situations where that is completely valid, but for this, within the context of K-pop, within this specific context, I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing it, especially when we have so many instances of boy groups sexualizing schoolboy outfits. I'm gonna drag my other faves into this. If Songa from ATEEZ can do ab reveals wearing very obviously schoolboy inspired outfits, then I think we should just let Blackpink breathe. I don't know. Again, I think there are contexts where those concerns are super valid, super legit, but when we're holding female idols to such a different standard to male idols who are doing essentially the same thing, then I need to point that out. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But I would love to know what you think about this because it's very reminiscent of Solar's situation. But for her last comeback, she wore this sticker dress that was transparent, and a lot of people took issue with that. So I would love to know what you think about this. Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? And why? On that note, their clothing is from a brand called Fluffy. And honestly, this crocheted style is so cute. I definitely want to buy something from them. But at the same time, I'm still mourning 21's disbandment, so I exclusively wear black. Please stop asking me about it. If you go to the link in their bio on Instagram, they are raising money for Black Lives Matter. So I will actually leave their link as well in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. This will also be alongside other resources such as organizations you should donate to and accounts whose voices you should be amplifying as well. This is in no way, shape, or form sponsored by this brand at all. I just appreciate the aesthetic of their clothing and I appreciate their efforts to fundraise for Black Lives Matter. So yeah, that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. My watch time thanks you, and for the rest who didn't make it this far, don't worry. We'll find them. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also follow me on Instagram. I messed up my rainbow. I went from green to purple, and someone pointed out that I forgot blue. How embarrassing. Don't forget to check out the links in the description or the pinned comment. As for me, I'm gonna get going, but lastly, a huge shout out to my channel members for supporting this channel every single month. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button, and you can basically choose from level 1 all the way to level 3. So Cockatoo level 1, you basically get your name next to Kevin's face. Cockatoo level 2, you get some sneak peeks, as well as everything from level 1, and Cockatoo level 3, you get to see most of my videos earlier than everyone else. So yeah, that's it for me. I will see you guys next time. Bye!